Hey Life Church, this is Austin, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to share with you about John chapter 9 as we work through the 21 chapters of John together. So here we go, let's jump right in. I want to focus on the first 12 verses of this chapter, and these 12 verses tell the story of a blind man. Now this blind man has an encounter with Jesus, and Jesus sees that he's blind and heals him of his blindness, but he does it in a really weird way. Jesus spits into the ground, then he mixes his spit with the dirt and forms mud. Then he smears the mud across the blind man's eyes and tells him, now go wash off this dirt and this mud in a pool of water. And when the man does, he comes back and he can see. Now there's so many spiritual applications that you can pull out of this really deep story. You know, you could talk about Jesus' miraculous power. You could talk about faith. But I want to kind of bring a new perspective to this story that I hope will inspire you and ignite us as the church to go out and reach the people of our world. So here's what I've got. The first big point is that this man has been blind since birth. And I know that's hard for me to imagine. I can't imagine never being able to see anything my entire life. But the one thing that cured this man of a lifelong blindness was mud that Jesus made by spitting into the dirt. How random is that? Why would Jesus choose mud to cure this man of a lifelong blindness? Here's the point that I think Jesus was trying to make with that. So many times in our life, every day, things that are gross, things that are unjust, things that are impure, things that are tragic, are thrown right into our face. And instead of allowing them to blind us, we need to wash away our apathy and use these opportunities to renew our sight and to renew our spirit and our passion for telling people about Christ. So what does this look like for us today? Well, come on. I mean, every day we see things about children in Africa that are starving and don't have clean water. We see things on the news about the global sex slave industry. We see a mother next door who can barely pay her rent because she's a single mother with 3 kids. And we see a friend struggling with addiction. I mean, the list could go on and on. But I think the point Jesus was trying to make here is that as Christians in today's society, in our culture today, we've been trained to think that it's all about us, that it's all about coming to church once a week for an hour, do good things, and you're good to go. But that's so the opposite of what Christ wants for our lives, isn't it? I mean, he wants us to be engaged in the world. And I think it's so interesting that the verse here that talks about him telling this man to go wash his eyes off in this pool of water, in that verse, the pool of water is called the pool of Siloam. And that word Siloam means sent. That's so true, isn't it? That we're the most engaged, we're the most in with our culture when we're sent out into it. Today, I mean, our culture has such stereotypes of Christians. We're seen as irrelevant, we're seen as hypocritical, we're seen as judgmental, we're seen as cliquish. And so here's the challenge that I have for you today, that I have for me today, that I have for the church today. Let's break those stereotypes. Man, at Life Church, we talk about this all the time. Instead of just coming to church, we need to be the church. So let's start being the church. Look for these opportunities in your everyday life to reach people. And when these things get thrown at your face, when the mud of our world gets thrown into your eyes, don't allow it to blind you, but instead ask Christ to renew your sight, to allow your eyes to be his eyes, and to see the things that Christ sees and be his hands and feet. So that's what I've got for you guys. I hope you all have an awesome week. Keep it up with the John 21. I'm so excited to see what God does through our church, through this experience together. I love you all. Thanks.